So guys, as I was saying before the video cut off, our quotient's going to be negative because I have a negative fraction divided by a positive fraction. And then I'm going to keep my first fraction the same, change my division to multiplication, and then flip this fraction from 1/10 to 10 over 1. And then I get negative 10 halves, which I know just becomes negative 5. After you divide fractions, we're going to look at adding and subtracting. So remember, we could always represent adding and subtracting with a number line. I'm starting at positive 4. I'm adding 4 negatives, meaning I'm going to the left 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where do I land? 0. 4 plus negative 4 is 0. When I look at this, guys, whenever you see minus and negative, you change it into 1 plus. So this would be negative 6 plus 2. And then same thing, I could show it on my number line. I'm at negative 6. I'm adding 2, so I'm going to the right, 1, 2. And I get negative 4. With decimals, it works the same way. A negative and a negative would make a positive. And then when I'm adding my decimals, I do line them up. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that extra line. 9 plus 1 is 10, carry the 1, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I get 12. The next part is adding or subtracting some fractions. Keep in mind, to add or subtract fractions, you must have that like denominator. So when I look at number 63, I see that it's 1½ minus 5/4. I know that I can turn this 2 into a 4 if I multiply times 2. So this becomes 1. And 2 times 2 is 4. 1 times 2 is 2. So 1 2/4 minus 5/4. What I notice about this is 1 2/4 minus 5/4. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. I get 6 over 4 minus 5/4. And I'm just left with 1/4. After you do that, guys, you're going to find the volume of each figure. These are all triangular prisms. So my formula is base times height, but the base of a triangular prism is a triangle. So when I find the area of the base, I need to use area equals 1/2 base times height. So the base of this triangle would be, would be this right here, which looks like it would be 8, and my height is 5.7. So I would do 1/2 times 8 times 5.7. I know that 1/2 times 8 is just 4, so I get area equals 4 times 5.7. 5.7 times 4, 8, carry the 2, 20, 22. I get 22 and 8/10. So my volume equals 22 and 8/10 times my height. So the height of the whole prism would be 11. I would multiply 22 and 8/10 times 11 to get my answer. So just try your best on these, especially if you haven't done them in math class with Miss Hood yet. And I'm going to post some additional resources for the rest of the week from Khan Academy.